What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm going to be talking about Graves here. This is going to be my guide. The masteries that I choose for this guy is 21, 0, and 9, mostly in the offensive tree. I'm going to be doing it the same as if I was playing Ash, really, you know, because I mean, because when it comes to masteries, there's not really too many variations. Now there are, but you know, most of them I normally choose the standard ones where you can pick up the attack speed, the armor penetration, crit strike, and the damage, and everything like that to help you get that extra punch. And for my runes, what I picked was armor penetration for the quintessences, as well as for the marks. And then for my seals, I actually picked up attack speed, and for the glyphs, I picked up magic resistance to help me both for those on early game. And then my summoner spells, as you can see, for this game I chose Flash and Ignite. But another variation that I've seen quite often, and I can see why, would be Flash and Exhaust. That definitely helps you when you're kind of fighting against another AD carry. It definitely helps you 1 versus 1 early game, last game, as well as slowing them down so you can put in a couple extra harassment or even getting that last hit to get the kill. But the reason why I choose Flash and Ignite is just because, as you can see earlier, I did Flash onto Sona and I did Ignite her for that first blood kill, which definitely helped me kind of snowball in this game. The skilling sequence that I choose is going to be from levels 1 to 6 will be Q for my buckshot. Then I'll pick up on level 2. I'll pick up quick draw. Level 3 I'll get another buckshot. Level 4 I'll actually pick up smoke screen to help me kind of initiate the fights, as well as if I'm in a little bit of trouble, I'll just throw down smoke screen and quick draw myself out of there. And then level 5 I'll pick up another buckshot, of course, for that damage, and then level 6 obviously pick up collateral damage for your ultimate. And then one question that I really had was in the champion spotlight, the passive for Graves is actually called True Grit, but now if you actually go into your LOL, you'll actually see that it says Gunslinger is your passive. So I'm not sure, which one. I don't know if it was True Grit when he first came out. I believe that's what happened. It was True Grit when it first came out, and then for some reason they changed the name. I don't know if they got into trouble or so I don't know anything about that. I was just wondering. I wanted to know if you guys knew anything about that. Why it's called Gunslinger instead of True Grit now. For the skilling tips. His passive, which I believe was called True Grit, Graves gains bonus armor and magic resist every second he remains in combat. It stacks up to 10 times, which is really nice because it's getting 10 magic resistance and 10 armor for free, basically. As long as you keep attacking, or if you take damage, and it'll last 4 seconds. So it's basically, here, let me jump into you, and because I have 10 armor and 10 magic resist, so I'm tougher than you are, basically. One tip that I had about this was that when you're headed into a team fight, you want to try and keep your stacks off of minions. So you want to attack minions, and then you want to jump in there so you have your stacks already up. And remember that to do damage or take damage, it takes 4 seconds for it to run off. So you don't have to constantly attack. Just make sure that you attack that you attack at least a minion every 4 seconds to keep that up for you. For buckshot, the Graves shoots 3 bullets into a cone, each dealing physical damage to all enemies in their path. This does stack 0.8 per attack damage point, and then the enemies hit with multiple bullets take 35% damage from takes 35% less damage from each additional bullet. Up close, this will do insane amounts of damage of burst, and a great way of stopping a fleeing enemy is to quick draw into range for it to hit. Alright, then going on to the W, the smoke screen. Graves fires a smoke canister, dealing magic damage on impact and creating a smoke cloud at the location that lasts for 5 seconds. And then the enemy inside the smoke cloud has their sight radius reduced, and they are slowed, while they remain in the cloud. Opening it up with this, allowing you to dash in without enemies knowing, and you can do tons of damage, as well as if you're trying to escape, throw that down and they won't be able to target you to leap on you if they're jacks or anything like that. Your E ability is Quick Draw. This ability is good for escapes or getting to a fight and dealing damage. Graves' dash forward, gaining increased attack speed for 4 seconds. Each of his basic attacks lowers the cooldown of Quick Draw by 1 second. Anyways, using this to get into a team fight can be amazing strategy, since the cooldown is decreased by auto attacks. Using this to chase a fleeing enemy also works wonders, because it has the ability to get you into range to get that last kill with either your buckshot or your collateral damage. Collateral damage, Graves fires off an explosive shell, dealing physical damage to the first enemy champion hit. After hitting a champion or reaching the end of its range, collateral damage does do physical damage in a cone behind that target, which will definitely allow you to kind of hit the tanks if you have to. If you can't get around the tanks, you can just hit the tanks, and if there's a squishy that's low health behind them, boom, boom, and the conal effect will hit the squishy behind them, and you will most likely get the kill. This ability is great for opening a fight or closing one, and an enemy is escaping. Remember that the end of the path is not technically the end of the damage, it's just the end of the main damage, if that makes sense. Core items that I pick up is, starting item is 1 Doran's Blade, and then you can go back and get your Berserker Greaves, and if you're doing bad, what I would do is I would instead of going straight to Berserker Greaves, I would grab another Doran's Blade and get your boots of Swiftness, and then on your second go back, get your Berserker Greaves. Another viable choice for boots is Boots of Swiftness. I don't recommend it just because, I mean, even though he does have a pretty slow character, I don't think that it matters. I think that if you get the 25% attack speed, that'll definitely help you a lot better than if you just get a little bit more movement speed, because you do have your E, as well as, if you get attack speed, it'll reduce the cooldown. So after you get your Berserker Greaves, go to a Zeal. After Zeal, pick up a BF Sword. After a BF Sword, go ahead and pick up your Phantom Dancer. So upgrade your Zeal into a Phantom Dancer. Then upgrade your BF Sword into an Infinity's Edge. And then after the Infinity's Edge, you want to pick up another BF Sword to completely destroy their health. And then you want to upgrade that BF Sword to a Bloodthirster. Now, after you've got your Bloodthirster, after you've got your core items, if the game has not ended, which it most likely will have already, but if for some reason it just keeps dragging on, 4 other good choices. My favorite particular one would be the Black Cleaver. If you're still tearing them up and you need just a little extra punch. But if they do have a lot of armor, a Last Whisper is definitely worth it over the Black Cleaver, just because it gives you 40% magic penetration rather than just reducing their armor. And then if you find yourself dying a lot, or the game takes on and you just need a little bit more survivability, go ahead and pick up Frozen Mallet. And that should basically be the end of your build. As you can see here, late game, with this item build, you'll definitely be tearing up both their squishies as well as their tanks. As you can see, I just took out Ash and Vladimir, and just now just completely tore up Nasus. and Wukong is saying to leave some for me. And you know, I mean, he really is a very, very good AD carry. He reminds me of a mixture between Caitlyn and Ashe. Caitlyn because he does a lot of damage, as well as his buckshot is sort of a mixture between Caitlyn's Q, as well as Ashe's volley. And the reason why it's a mixture is because it does do the conal effect as if it was volley, but it goes through the but it goes through the enemy, as well as it does reduce damage per enemy hit, just like Caitlyn's Q does. And as you can see right here, you know, we're already at the end of the game. It's already been GG long before this. You know, we got fed. We were just completely destroying it. Right now we're just kind of taking care of them, kind of cleaning up the whole thing. But go ahead and leave a comment and rate, you know, go ahead and tell me how you guys have done with Graves so far. So far I've had nothing but good games with him. Go ahead and tell me how you guys see this champion. Do you see that he might get a nerf soon, just because of how strong he really is? Or do you think he's just right, where he should be doing this amount of damage, being an AD carry that he is?